everyone, it's Megan from Hello, and today I'm here with the lovely Amy Hart, and we're going to be talking about P&O Cruises Memorable Moment Award with BAFTA. So just to get started, Amy, could you give us a little bit of context on what the award is?
So of course everyone knows about the very prestigious BAFTA TV Awards. This is the second year that P&O Cruises have partnered with them, and they are very pleased to be sponsoring the Memorable Moment Award. So this is the only award of the whole night that is voted for by the public, and it's basically 6 moments that myself and my fellow jury members whittled down from a long list to really give the most memorable TV moment of last year. So it's from January to December 2023, and we've narrowed it down to 6, and they're all amazing moments.
Yeah, I mean, I had a look this morning, and honestly, they're all so iconic. I don't even know how you guys must have rounded them down to 6. So I mean, to start with, we've got from the Beckham Documentary, which came out this year, we have the moment where Victoria Beckham tries to kind of explain that she has, a working class upbringing.
We're very working class.
Be honest.
I am being honest. I am being honest.
What car did your dad drive you to school in?
So my dad did.
No, one answer.
My dad.
What car was it?
Alright, it's not a simple answer
what
because.
What did you get your dad to drive?
It depends.
No.
Okay,
What
in the
car?
80s, my dad had a Rolls Royce.
Thank you.
Everyone has their own truth, don't they? She's living her truth. She feels that she was working class, and if that's how she feels, then she can get away with it. But for us, I think that was just the real reach of that moment, and the fact that it became a meme. She made T-shirts out of it, and it really showed us that they have such big public personas. And I think, Victoria never smiles in public. Obviously, she owes it to the fashion community. She says never to smile in public, and she just really not sort of took the mick out of herself, but they obviously had editorial control of that TV show. And the fact that we got to see that real funny moment between the couple, that a lot of people would have probably been like, oh, actually he's ruined that bit of filming, let's not use it. But the fact that we got to see that and we sort of got to delve into their lives, we loved that.
They're one of the most famous couples in the world, but you really got to see their dynamic there, that playful side to them.
I'm from a town called Worthing, which is very near Brighton, and there was one done being like, where do you live? Brighton. No, really, where? Brighton. No, really, Worthing. And I think it was so adaptable to so many different situations. It was very memorable.
Second, we've also got Ncuti Gatwa when he was announced as the 15th Doctor Who.
Pull. Just pull each way. I don't know. Feels different this time. Ow! What?
That was a major moment.
So I will hold my hands up. I'm not a Whovian, right? I don't watch Doctor Who, but obviously we got given all of the moments to watch, and I watched it and I was glued to it. And I said, I don't watch Doctor Who, but I'd put that in my top 6. That is amazing. And I was sort of asking the other Whovians on the jury about, is that normal? Is it and they were saying how amazing that moment is for the fact there's now 2 doctors.
I know, it's epic. And I think the thing is as well with it was that we all kind of found out that Ncuti was going to be the Doctor. I think it was in 2022 the announcement was made, but we didn't actually then get to see him as the Doctor for a whole other year. I mean, it was on Christmas Day. It was just such an epic moment. So I think even the build-up, everyone was just so curious, how are they going to do this? How are they going to make this work? And like you say, when it happened, it was just absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see what he does with the new series coming out this year. I think it's going to be phenomenal. Yes.
And probably a memorable moment for next year.
There we go. Yeah, can't wait to see what Ncuti does next. So after that, we've got Happy Valley, which, if you're like me, I was very sad it came to an end. I could have done endless more series, but it's the moment where Catherine finally sees Tommy in her kitchen and they have their, kind of final showdown after all these years of, all this tension. It all came to a head. I mean, that was just huge, wasn't it?
His whole life, from when he were a baby. All them years, I never even knew him. And do you know what I realised? I realised what a nice life he's had. What a nice life you've given him.
I think with Happy Valley being one of the biggest shows in the country, and also we want everything now. I think with streaming, we want all 10 episodes to be uploaded in one go. We don't want to have to wait for every week. And the fact that like linear television, it showed that it still has that real impact, and the fact that there was the gaps between series, and so everyone went on that journey. And I do think it's one of those water cooler moments. And I think that's, we all have real different tastes. But if you have those moments that people will all stand around at work the next day and say, did you see that last night? And I think Happy Valley is a perfect example of that.
This particular scene, I think I remember watching it with a pillow in front of my face. I was very stressed because they kept they teased us, like they kept missing each other in the house.
Yeah.
And that was just the worst bit. Like you were like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And when they finally meet, I think having that showdown and having this quiet scene in the kitchen, and you kind of don't know if Catherine's just going to full on want to go and kill him or if they're going to have a conversation. I think it was such a nail-biting moment that anyone who was watching it couldn't have predicted how the series was going to end.
And I think as well, it's that because it's on live and it's not available, so your best friend can't watch it before you. I think it's that real. So I'm a bit of a I want to say a nerd, but also want to say a scaredy cat. Like if I'm watching something like a film that's quite intense, I do like to pause it and just check on Wikipedia that
I do that.
It all turns out all right in the end. But stuff like that you can't, and it's that adrenaline. And you use the word adrenaline about like roller coasters and theme parks, but TV can give you that adrenaline as well.
Yeah.
So I think that moment is 100% in that category.
For the fourth shortlisted spot, we have Succession with Logan Roy's death.
Yes.
Which is
so
shocking.
It was pretty shocking.
They think he's gone.
What?
They think he's gone.
What happened? What do you mean?
Well, they think Dad died.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
No. No, I can't have that.
Hey, Tom. Hey, can she do it? Can Shiv
They've been
speak to
putting
him?
us to
Can
Dad's
you
ear
can you
just to
put her
speak
next
to
to
him.
his ear? Okay, I'm giving you to Shiv.
Hey, Shiv, I'm putting you by his ear.
Okay.
It was shocking, but it also wasn't, because obviously the whole point of the whole series was that who's going to take over when. But it was that with them all on the phone and him lying on the floor and them all trying to sort of eulogize on the spot. A really, really powerful moment, and not how you expected. I think we all expected that his death would be him in a bed and, them all around him, like all sort of very knew it was coming. And the fact it was so shocking makes it memorable.
And the fact that you don't actually see really Logan, it's more Tom calling them and saying, okay, he's on the floor, he's not breathing, they're doing this, they're doing that, he can hear you. That was really shocking to me, because I like you, thought we were going to kind of almost see this regal setup of them all around his bed. And to just know he was just dying on this plane and it was out of control, it was just so heartbreaking.
One thing that I love about television is you can relate different things to your life. Like, none of us have a $1 billion media empire, unfortunately. Maybe one day.
We could wish, yeah.
I know. And I haven't married into one either, sadly. But it teaches you, you've got to live for now. And I think we can all take things from all different. And what I took from this was actually none of us, you think you're going to have this big regal setup in a bed with your family surrounding you, but you might not. So actually, don't save anything for best, and tell people how you feel about them in the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, another really emotional moment that we've also got on this list is from The Last of Us, when we meet Bill and Frank.
What? I was never afraid before you showed up.
Their whole relationship is basically shown in one episode, but that one episode had such a wide-reaching impact. It was kind of incredible to see.
Yeah, I mean, it was very unexpected, wasn't it? We thought it was all going to end sort of a bit violently. But I think it was, we actually watched The Last of Us at the same time as This Is Us.
Oh.
And I was saying, well, I'm watching This Is Us. It's really sad, isn't it? And they were like, I mean, yeah, the Bill and Frank episode was quite sad. And I was like, what? And they were like, no, that's The Last of Us. Two different shows. Two very different shows. But yeah, I think, again, in a show that had so much adrenaline and so much sort of watching through your fingers, because I don't really want to watch this when the zombies go into the baby, special care baby unit. It's not really for me, especially because I just had a baby. But I think this episode just really brought that human factor to it.
It ended up being my favourite episode of the season, which I was really surprised at because I just couldn't believe how beautiful their romance was. It was just, and it was so heartbreaking at the same time, but to see how devoted they were together and to see them through, living through an apocalypse, it was just such a bizarre scenario to see. And I think Nick Offerman, I'm so used to hearing him play these very like macho characters. Like that's kind of his thing. That's what he leans into with, especially with his comedy. And seeing him be so vulnerable, I was just like, Nick, like, are you okay?
There's a lot of, I saw a tweet the other day saying about how the biggest streamed things from last year were old series that have been uploaded onto streaming platforms. And people were saying, yes, it's because people like, stories that follow one sort of tangent and, they don't go off and do random episodes of random characters. But I think this moment is a real sort of testament to how you need that sometimes. And had we just followed the story of Joel and Ellie the whole way through, then we wouldn't have had this amazing, amazing moment, which we've decided is one of the top 6 of the year.
On to our final moment. We've got Piano, where we meet 13-year-old Lucy.
Play Nocturne in B flat minor by Chopin.
Just start playing.
See? Here we go.
She was amazing. So for anyone who hasn't seen it, Lucy is blind and she's neurodivergent, and she plays a highly complex Chopin piece, which basically brings the crowds like in the station to their knees. It was just phenomenal.
When I watched it, I was just crying my eyes out. Again, I think like as a mum now, there's probably a lot of her parents probably had to go through a lot of like naysayers, like, oh well, it's so sad, like, what's she going to do with her life? And what she can do with her life, she's going to impress us all with her piano skills, which is better than anyone else I've ever seen. And bringing all, like, Lang Lang, who's one of like the top pianists in the world, like, bringing him to tears, like, what a kudos.
Oh my God, I know. And I mean, since the show as well, we've gone on to see her do some really amazing things. I mean, I saw Lucy perform at the coronation concert. She's thriving right now. And I think what made me also so emotional when I was watching it wasn't only just how talented she was, but like you said, the relationship she has with her parents, like the way they are with her, it's just such a special bond they have, and they're just so supportive and so kind of anything she needs, they're just there. And I think it was just lovely to see the way that they support her.
And I think it's a real testament again to like parents who support their kids and who, nurture their talents. Because again, like putting all that effort into like allowing her to sort of like really live her best life is amazing. Imagine me going up next playing chopsticks.
Oh my God, my worst nightmare. I can't play piano, and now seeing Lucy do it, I did actually kind of think, makes me want to take like a piano lesson. Like, I'm not going to be nearly as good as her, but...
So my little boy has got a little piano, and it comes to these like little sheet music cards, and all the keys are different colours, and it's got the colours. So I've now completed all of that sheet music for toddlers. I literally put on my Instagram the other day, like asking for a friend. So I don't know if they sell extra ones of these, because I've sort of completed these ones. I want some new tunes, but you can actually get it online. So get some.
See, that's amazing, because then literally from one performance, we're both looking at, could we play piano?
Exactly.
Could we take it on?
I know.
It's amazing.
On my 1-year-old's piano.
Yeah, but you've got to start somewhere, so it's fine.
Exactly.
So they are the 6 moments nominated this year, and they're pretty epic moments. I mean, if anyone wants to go on and vote, how can they do that?
You can go to the BAFTA website and vote there. The voting closes on the 9th of April. And also you can enter a competition. There's 100 pairs of ceremony-only tickets for the BAFTA TV Awards at P&O Cruises. And you can go and enter that competition when you vote.
It's amazing. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us, Amy. It was lovely chatting to you.
Thank you for having me.